Hi guys, Coach Bon here. Great narcissist, self-aware, self-diagnosed, and also the official narcissist of the chosen 144K tribe, an empath community you can join if you're interested in the empath side of things. Okay, for the narcissist side of things, you can come here and I'll share with you some of my experiences firsthand. Okay, so I'm not in therapy, I'm in self-therapy. So take what you will from what I say, okay? Bearing in mind I'm a narcissist. All right, today I'll be talking about how exactly I feel I became a narcissist, all right? By telling you guys about what my genetic predispositions are, or in this case is, and also what are the traumas that happened in my life that created my narcissistic sense, my narcissist, okay? My venom, okay? So to speak. Yeah, you can actually imagine it as a venom. Maybe I'll use that analogy, like a venom. Okay. So anyway, when I mean narcissist, I mean that narcissistic sense. Okay. So we are programmed to look for validation. Okay. Some call it narcissistic fuel. Some call it uh, uh, narcissistic supply. But we are programmed to look for validation. What kind of validation? Validation about our fantasy. Why? So we can cover up all the shitty things that we actually feel in our self. Okay. If you're wondering what the predominant feeling that I always feel is obviously fear of abandonment lah. Do I feel it right now? No, of course not. Everyone's like validating me. Okay. Do I know that? Yeah, I'm aware that it happens. But do I care? Of course not. Okay. Anyway, before I ramble too much, I'm going to be talking about what my genetic predisposition is. Okay, basically I'm bipolar. Okay, I'm also diagnosed bipolar, so I have been suffering a lot of manic phases for a long time. All right, probably since a baby even. Okay, so for most of you guys who don't know what bipolar is, it's cycling through a depressive and manic phase. That's what they call it. So I'm mostly in a manic phase most of the time, most of the year. So when I'm in my manic phase, I feel everything emotionally uh, much more intensely. Feels like maybe 5 times, if you want to imagine it, like 5 times, 10 times more emotions. Okay, I hear a song I like, I listen to it like days. Okay, or maybe even cry when I hear that songs. Stuff like that, like so hyper, like so hopped up. Okay, so I have that predilection. I have that genetic disposition. All right. So how does that contribute to me having a narcissist? So let's talk about the social factors that happened, the environmental factors that happened to me, the traumas that happened to me when I was a child, that I feel contributed to a large degree to me creating that narcissistic sense. Okay, so to be clear, I was from a great family. I have one narcissistic parent. Okay, but he was actually a really great father, really great father. So I don't know about him and my mom like that. Usually it's the primary source who has to suffer through all this thing. But in the sense that as a family man and a pillar of community, yeah, he's the best. He's my hero even until now. And also in terms of our what do you call this family dynamics, I would say we're we're far from dysfunction. Being a dysfunction, we have our problems, but we're far from being a dysfunctional family. Also, uh, he was a successful politician, so we live quite affluently. Now, anyway, having said that, two traumas happened to me when I was a small child. One occurred to me when I was about 2 years old plus, and one occurred to me when I was about 3 years old plus. Okay, so this is like really deep-seated memories that came about because of those traumas. So I can still remember them even at this age. I'm 42, by the way. All right, at 2 years old, I got traumatized when I tried to call my father to ask for a toy, a robot toy. So I asked someone to call my dad for me, okay, using that funny phone they used during the 80s. And then once I heard it ringing, I immediately picked it up. And when I heard it, when I heard someone picking up the phone, I immediately grabbed it from that person and started asking whoever was on the other side to buy me my toy. And I found out when that person replied was not my dad, was my uncle. And I felt shame, like immense shame, like, okay, maybe you don't know, but I felt immense shame. Now, I was a child back then, so anything felt very intense in any case. Now, you compound that with the fact that I also have bipolar, so I really felt that shame, like it really traumatized me. How bad was the traumatization? I didn't want to pick up phone until I was 14 years old, roughly. I didn't want to pick up the phone. And when we started having handphones, I was like so relieved. Now I can just, answer text. So that was my first traumatization. The second one actually was when I spit my dad. Okay, so when I spit my dad. That was about three years plus. I was still small. So I suppose my dad was trying to discipline us. Okay, I think it was the first and the last time he tried to do that, to discipline us. Because after that, he just left it to my mom for the rest of my childhood years. In fact, even until now. So what happened was, I spit in his face, and he lightly tapped me in the face, like right here, like lightly tap. Okay, you can't even call it a slap. It's like lightly tap. So my father never abused us, never physically abused us at all. Okay, that was the first and the last time he actually did something that can be construed as a physical beating, right? Like lap tap, pump, like that, like in the face. But through my child's mind, compounded by the bipolar again, it felt like I was slapped in the face so hard that it hurt. Okay, so I felt that emotion, and in this case, I felt like fear that my dad's gonna abandon me. Like, how can this person hurt me this much? And again, I'm a child, intense feeling, compounded again by bipolarism, traumatized. That's it. That's where the narcissist was born. Just from shame, from a phone call, and fear from being like lightly tapped in the face and the chin. So take of it as you will. Hopefully that shed some light about the subject. So I'll see you guys in the next video.